Yo, what's good, guys? Today we got 8 out of 10 cat secrets revealed by the one and only Joe Wilkinson. I haven't watched the show in a while, but I'm honestly a fan of it. The only reason I haven't watched it is just because it seems like you guys lost interest. But I am a big fan of this show, and I even watch it a little bit on my own time. So I figured this should be interesting, and if I'm going to watch it, I might as well watch it with y'all.
I'd say in 12 years they've had two things they couldn't do, but they found solutions to doing something very similar.
What were the two things?
Yeah, I want to know
Off the top of
this.
my head, it was like, I can't remember. One of them was like, because it maybe involved like holding a gun or something.
Meanwhile, in the USA, that's why they gotta come over here. You know, like, well, hey, yo, we'll let you hold guns. It's all good. Nah. Before people get in their feelings, it's a joke. Calm down. It's okay.
Before we let you go, Joe, just because of my cover photo from 2013, I need to ask you a bit about Cats Does Countdown.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's. Is it fair to say that's where a lot of people got to know you first of all, or is that doing you a disservice?
No, I think that's fair. Like
It's fair because that's what I get a lot.
Oh really? Yeah. that's a good marker.
That's where I know him.
Yeah, I think so. It's been doing it quite a few years as well now. So
I got it.
Yeah.
I got the fly. Yo, I caught the fly. Yo. Everybody needs to like the video right now and just give me credit for that. I caught a fly.
10 years.
I am so proud of myself.
This was my cover photo, 2013.
I think it's about 12 years.
Is it?
Wow.
I know it's mental.
Do you enjoy doing that?
I do. I have to pinch myself sometimes because, like, I think, like, the people I work with at Zeppatron who make it are so generous with what they let me do. Well, it's not even let me do. They let me do anything. Like, literally. It's so insane. But what was amazing is they don't tell me the hoops they jump through to make things happen. I find out afterwards and feel terrible. Like, I did because sometimes, like, I do less of them now because they're getting bigger and more expensive. Like, I call it set pieces where I come on and do like a 10-minute sort of thing, and so one of them I sometimes come back on as like a magician basically, and I had this thing where the idea was a huge tank of water, and I was going to try and get out of a bag that's all chained up and stuff, and I get told it's too dangerous, so I get my half brother to do it because it sort of doesn't matter if he dies or not.
Damn, that's funny. I'm trying to think if I've reacted to that. It sounds familiar, but I don't necessarily remember it, which is why I'm like, it doesn't just sound familiar because he's saying it, or did I? Yo, OG's on the channel. Have I reacted to that before?
And so the casino, I've got this big tank of water, and I do.
I don't think so. I now that I'm seeing that, I don't remember that. I don't think I have.
And then afterwards, I found out that they had to completely rewire the whole studio, so there was no wire within like 10 feet of the water and all this stuff. So the whole thing had to be reconfigured for like one like joke.
Damn.
And they never told me. Like, it just came out like months later, and I was like, and they were like, yeah, that's the first time anyone's done that in a studio like that because it's so dangerous, because if it cracks and all the walls, you know, like
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And then I find out that the cost of something, because I've had an idea that is, you know, like I was like, I'm probably out of order, but I had this muscle suit made so I look like Incredible Hulk, and that cost that.
Nah.
You know, like I was like, I'm probably out of order, but I had this muscle suit.
Look at that shit. Nah, that's like the Incredible Hulk's geriatric fucking grandpa.
I look like Incredible Hulk, and that cost an absolute bomb. An absolute bomb. And then I'm glad I knew that afterwards, because I was like, imagine this doesn't land.
Oh,
just like kissing fibres out the window.
I tried to. What is your role on it? Because
Well, it started. Do you know the sort of the evolution of it? It was a one-off.
you were Susie's assistant, was that right?
Rachel's. No, I took over. Basically, it was a one-off. This thing they did called a mashup or something, where Alan Carr took over. I don't know, like an auction program. The buying the house thing.
Homes Under the Hammer.
Under the
Yeah,
Hammer or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And then, so Cats, 8 out of 10 Cats took over Countdown, and then then one of the things was Rachel started playing the game,
Yeah.
and so they needed someone in the corner, like doing her job. So I just came on and did that, and I'll never forget it because I looked at the letters or the numbers before I put them out, and there was this audible gasp because no one had ever done it. Because I was just going, but now it's obviously has to go insane because it kind of we pushed the. What you can do.
You go from looking at the letters.
Being shot out of a cannon.
Yo, talk about the evolution. The shit my man had to do just to get a reaction. Like, it used to be as easy as, well, just look at some numbers. Now my man has to be shot out of can. Yeah, like, that's... I'm not gonna lie. I never thought of this. But the shit this guy does, he could probably be on Jackass. Like, he would probably be, like, a good member. Put him with Jackass people.
I'm really, really appreciative of this sort of platform to be able to just do lots and lots of stupid ideas. And, I sometimes go, yeah, that's just mad that they then go... I send them a script. I've got one in a couple of weeks, and I'm trying to work out how much that's going to cost. But probably a lot. And they I'd say in 12 years they've had two things they couldn't do, but they found solutions of doing something very similar.
What were the two things?
I can't remember off the top of my head. It was I can't remember. One of them was because it maybe involved like holding a gun or something. And they were like if something happens in the news, you probably don't know, but if something happens in the news that someone's shot or something, you then looks really distasteful. So they were just like that, and then they.
Okay, that's fair though. Like, that is a fair reason to not do that, just for safety. Because I remember there was some other show where something like that happened.
They don't just go. What I mean is they don't just go to write something else. They give you a few ideas that you can then take away and sort of mull over what would work and stuff like that. So it's just sort of mad that they let me do it.
It's great though, isn't
I
it?
feel way too old to be doing it. I did one. I had 40-foot long legs, right? I can't remember the
whatever reason.
Really long legs or whatever. I think the joke was I've had a growth spurt or whatever. Eyebrow stuff as well.
That's one hell of a fucking growth spurt.
And
God
so
damn.
they go to me just before you come on, because I was on wires, so they've got to hoist you up, but it's in a studio. It's it's like in front of a live audience. So we're gonna have to lie you down at the side of the stage and then sort of hoist you up last minute. And I'm in my late 40s.
Right.
I'm lying there and people are walking past me and I've got massive 40-foot long legs and I had a real low. What am I doing?
Nah.
But everyone was really sweet.
I wish I could say I relate to that, but I don't think I've ever been. You know what? If anyone has been outside of him in that position, hung up on a ceiling with 40-foot long legs, I feel like he's probably the only person who's ever been in that situation. So, that's a W.
And it worked, and I got through it. But
Got through it. Like a war.
I was just lying there going, 48. Occasional, some sort of 22-year-old runner, really lovely, going, I need to fucking grow up.
we had Rob Beckett on the show, and we asked him this question. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, just real quick. Who's, because there's not always just comedians they have on these panel shows. There's it's like celebrities and stuff like that. Who's a non-comedian who you find is really surprised you? Who's really funny?
But it wasn't from Countdown, but I did a thing with I did a pilot for like a show, and I had it was like a mistake of like I can't remember the concept. It wasn't fully thought out. But I had Christian and Guru Murphy on, and he was.
I'm not gonna lie, no idea who that is. No clue.
Brilliant. So I had this thing because it was really stupid. And the idea was a lot of stuff in post that would then look quite weird. Like I said because I was asking him like quick fire questions like you, but I said, I'll be honest with you, my feet are starting to swell up. So like, can you just like not just not mention it? so we're doing these questions, and my feet are swelling up, which we obviously put in post. And he's just like glancing down like once in a blue moon and just ploughing on, and his whole attitude was sort of professional, but like, I'm better than this, and he just played it brilliantly. It was really funny. I was like, wow. And it was so good because he's known for the complete opposite. He was I just thought he was brilliant. He was so funny.
I love it. And finally, one of my favourite comedians ever, and one of the goats, is the legend that is Sean Locke.
Yeah.
Yo, this dude's G. This dude here is an absolute legend. This man, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I still go back and like watch the like videos I've watched on the channel just because this dude's funny as shit. Even when I'm not recording, just because like this dude is elite.
What was it like to work with him so regularly?
He was the best. He was the best. Yeah. But I used to say to people, don't compare yourself to Sean. There's no point. It's like like because you do. You naturally sort of you compare yourself to each other and you go, oh no, he's good. But I was like, Sean, don't. It's like sort of taking Messi out of the argument.
Yeah.
It's sort of like there's lots of great footballers, but
he's like, there's levels to this shit. Okay, listen, let him go. There's levels to this shit.
Forget Messi.
Yeah.
Who's the best? It was sort of like that. And I think John summed it up when he passed by saying like, I was a massive fan before I worked with Sean, and that didn't change basically. So that I was like, yeah, that's exactly what it was. I was like an enormous fan, and then I got to work with him for so many years, and that just.
I'd have loved to have met him.
Yeah. It was just so brilliant. Like,
honestly though, same. Like, out of a lot of like say people I've reacted to on this channel, there's a couple of people who I'd really like to meet, but Sean Locke was one of them, right? Like Sean Locke was one of them who I'm like, damn, I wish I could have met him. Like Jimmy Carr's another one. Like one day, I gotta go to a Jimmy Carr show and actually get to meet Jimmy Carr. It has to happen. Like, I'm gonna make it happen because that dude, he's the other one who like cracks me up. But yeah, man, it'll happen, and I'll post it up on the channel. I'll have like my little picture with him in like my little irrelevant YouTube channel. Nobody will care, but I'll care. God damn it!
I kind of the idea like it's probably, I'm not going to do it justice here, but he had said so many things. I sat next to him so many times and he'd say something that would just be unbelievably funny. But I said to him after this one, I said, what? Why? How did you make that work? But the joke was, and I won't do it any justice, but he basically was talking about like his great uncle or something, and he was a mariner or captain of a ship or something, and he's like, he was famous for being the first person to leave Southampton and turn left at the Solent. And and I was like,
I remember this.
Basically, turn left, you go back to Southampton, basically. So I was laughing, everyone was laughing, and I was like, no one really gets this joke, but they know because it's short.
Yeah.
There'll be a bloody good reason. And I was like, no one's going to know that. I only know it because I look at apps of and I was laughing so hard. I was like, that's so niche. that no one is going to get it. And you did it on television. And I was just like, well, there you go. And people were laughing their heads off because it was just the way he did it. Was so stupid.
His delivery. Like, I feel like half of... Now, I'm going to speak like I have any fucking right to have a real opinion and know anything. But I feel like half of, like, being a comedian is the delivery, right? Like, you know, most people around me would say, I'm a pretty funny guy. I have my moments. I make people laugh, you know. Maybe. Debatable. But still, you know, I'd like to believe I have my moments. And I feel like it's delivery that makes you funny and what you're saying. Because you can say anything with the right delivery and it will be funny. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, so sadly,
maybe not anything. Like, you know, like I don't think a doctor is gonna walk in and be like, you have cancer or you have no legs, and it's gonna be funny. Like, no, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a way. I have no idea. Either way, give me a like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, click all, enjoy my stupid rant. I killed a fly like a fucking boss. I'm proud of myself.
With